There's fizz on the drink.
Also, it spilled or like
It was like
out?
flowing over, and they needed for the fizz to go down so they could put the cap on so it wouldn't spill over. Do you know what this lady did to get the fizz down?
Would she slurp it up?
She blew on it. She's like, that's somebody else's drink. This is episode 57 of the Scheuneman show.
Yeah.
I was gonna go into a song, but I decided I don't have the courage for that today.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna start singing on the podcast soon. Don't worry. There's a lot to talk about. Once again, we are sitting here with a guest. You can't see them; they're not on camera quite yet. But this is one of the more famous, more wild guests that we've had on the podcast so far.
Yeah.
Are you excited, Marquise?
I'm very excited. Yes.
Okay, so I asked the guests to come in prepared, and I think that they've prepared for something for us.
All right.
To open the show up.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
a little scary.
I'm gonna see what's up with this. See if they're ready. I just gotta text them. Text the guest. I know typically we're not on the phone.
Here's a funny Young Thug style rap intro for your podcast. Yeah, we got a podcast, and it's lit. We talk about life, love, and all of that sh*t. We got guests and conversations that'll make you laugh. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the craft. We don't do things the normal way. We're not afraid to go off the beaten path. We'll take you on a journey. Come what may, we'll keep you entertained from start to last. We're not your average podcast. Oh no, we're the ones you'll want to follow. We'll make you feel like you're part of the show and you won't want to miss a single episode. So come on, let's get this party started. We'll take you to places you've never been. We'll make you laugh until you're brokenhearted. We're the podcast that'll make you grin.
Until you're brokenhearted.
We're Young Thug Style. We're the
No way.
Style rap intro for your podcast. Yeah, we got a podcast, and it's lit. We talk about life, love, and all of that sh*t. We got guests and conversations.
That's a very long intro.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the craft. We don't do things the normal way. We're not afraid to go off the beaten path. We'll take you on a journey.
I think she said
Come what may, we'll keep you
It's a
entertained
chorus.
from start
Wait,
to
is
last.
this a
We're not
they?
your average
We
podcast.
go off
No,
the
we're
beaten
ones
path.
you'll
We
want
don't
to
do
follow.
things
We'll
the
make you
regular
feel
way.
like you're part of
Exactly.
the show and you won't want to miss a single episode. So come on, let's get this party started. We'll take you to places you've never been. We'll make you laugh until you're brokenhearted. We're the
No, I've heard this verse
All
before.
right, bro.
I heard this verse before.
Chill. You keep repeating verses, bro. The podcast, it's all about fun. We'll keep you entertained until the day is done. So come join us and let's have some fun. We're the ones that'll make you dance and run. All right. So we're gonna take a break from Buddy for a second. We've got ChatGPT on the show today. We're going to be hanging out with that little fella you just heard from right there. I asked it to do a funny Young Thug style rap intro song for the podcast, and
Successful.
it's learning.
I mean,
it's learning still.
Successful. It did its job.
Yeah, but this thing is crazy. You can do so much with this thing. I just got the 3-day trial, so we can use it
3-day trial.
willy-nilly. Unlimited questions we can ask it. It can do all kinds of stuff. It can write a poem in the style of
Tell
Trump.
me a joke.
It can. Okay, you want to? We'll
Tell me a joke right now.
and we've got some topics that I want to talk about unrelated to our guest, but yeah, we're going to be using the hell out of this because I think it's crazy. It's a lot to talk about surrounding this mechanism, but also there's a lot we can do with it. So we're going to be doing a lot with it. So you want a joke, Marquise?
Yeah, give me a joke.
Is there a certain comedian that you want the joke to be stylized in? Like, for example, a Joe Rogan style joke? Because it'll scour the internet.
Why not?
I mean, is Joe Rogan who you'd pick?
That's
All right.
That's a good one.
Give me a Joe. Oh, what do you want the joke to be about? We don't need to tell it what it'll be about, but it might help. About
people.
Sasquatch?
There you go.
Yeah.
No, Bigfoot.
Okay, that's better. It's the same thing, but it might understand that better. So give me a Joe Rogan style joke about Bigfoot. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to go through the internet, learn everything it can quicker, like super quick because it's AI. It's going to take over the world. But it's going to go through the internet, learn everything that it can about Joe Rogan, learn about what it means to make a joke, and then learn about Bigfoot, and then combine all that information to give us something. Right. Now, the other cool thing about this, before we get this joke, it's supposed to be getting better every day the more that people use it, which is the other scary thing, because it's learning more and more. Not only is it learning more from going through the internet to answer these questions, but it's also learning more the way people use it, how people type. So you'd imagine that down the line, like 5 years from now, it'll be like way better. And it's already freaky
Julian.
good.
On a Saturday, 22 years old.
I'm not going to lie, the first question I asked it was about Scheuneman brand, but we're not big enough yet. But that's the crazy thing, is one day we will be able to, once we put out enough episodes and enough collections and get enough followers, one day we will be able to say, write a Marquise Beatty style joke, or what you could literally say, you can ask it like just any question. You could say, what is the Scheuneman Show podcast? And it'll be like, the Scheuneman Show podcast is where two dumb friends talk about dumb stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Nothing personal. I'm the dumb one. Yeah, I get it.
I mean, dumber over here.
So we might as well change the name. But yeah. So here's a Joe Rogan style joke about Bigfoot.
I'm ready.
Joke about Bigfoot. Have you ever noticed that Bigfoot is always blurry in photos and videos? It's like he's got something to hide. I mean, we have clear footage of the Loch Ness Monster, but Bigfoot is always a blur. Maybe he's just really self-conscious about his looks and doesn't want to be caught on camera. Or maybe he's just a really fast runner and knows how to avoid getting caught on film. Either way, I just hope he's not camera shy when I finally meet him in the woods.
What is that supposed to mean? It sounded like that was getting a little sexually aggressive towards the end. He was like, I hope he's not camera shy. I'm going to bring him on the Joe Rogan show. But yeah, it's pretty. Let's stop for a second to make sure that everything's coming up clear, like the audio and everything. We want to make sure. All right, we're back. We just wanted to make sure that the stuff came out clear because we're going to be using that audio a lot. So if at the end of the episode we found out that it just sounds like a bunch of blurry mess, that would kind of suck. But
yeah,
I don't think we do have clear pictures of the Loch Ness Monster. There's like fake pictures out there, but
like of its tail. Or
yeah, have you seen that one?
Yeah,
it's
coming out the water.
Yeah, it's. Are you team Bigfoot or team Loch Ness Monster? By the way,
fuck, I haven't even decided if I'm team any.
I think the Bigfoot is kind of more legendary and would be way cooler to run into.
I think both of them would be crazy.
But I can't imagine Bigfoot would be like a super nice guy. Have you seen
Cocaine Bear?
Yeah, dude, I watched that movie. I was gonna bring it up. I watched two movies recently. I watched Megan, and I watched Cocaine Bear. Megan is a movie about a kind of similar thing. It's like a robot that was made to be like a toy for kids. It's like an advanced, more expensive Chucky, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
But the robot has AI, and
that's creep.
And so it starts. It's like a horror movie, and it starts getting like really dangerous because its mission is to protect its owner, which is the kid. And so it starts like hyper analyzing every little thing that the parent does. And like there's a kid, for example, there's a kid that like bullies her when she brings it to this like school field trip. And let's just say that kid doesn't make it out alive. So I recommend Megan. That movie was sick, and it was a pretty fun one. It's different, but
sounds good. I would want to watch it.
Well, we could watch it together when you finally come to the house.
Hey.
Speaking of
no,
flashback to last episode when we talked about you moving in.
Yeah.
You've been what, quote unquote, moved in for a week or two now.
Yeah, I'm never.
He's slept there once.
No, yeah.
Once. So that's fun, but we're working on it. We're gonna situate that tonight after the show. But anyway, what I was saying about Cocaine Bear is that movie was extremely disappointing.
Oh fuck!
It was like really just kind of boring, and
too much CGI.
It's a lot of CGI, and it's also bad jokes and exactly what you would expect. Like, it's literally you see everything that you want to see in the trailer pretty much. Like it's just a lot of the same stuff over and over again. Like, oh my god, the bear's doing coke. Oh my god, it's killing people. And it's just it would be one thing if it was made well and like really funny, but the jokes in it are just kind of shitty.
Okay.
And it's just boring. I didn't even finish it. I watched like
damn.
3/4 of it, and then I just left because I had stuff to do that was more important than me wasting another 15 minutes on that movie. But
Don't hate on me, bro. But I want to see the new Puss in Boots. That'd be fun.
there's a new Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
What is it? Just Puss in Boots, or is it a new Shrek, or
No, it's just Puss in Boots.
it's like a full movie?
Yeah.
Is it out?
Yeah, it's been out.
I mean, what makes you want to see that movie?
So why not? You know, like,
Why not?
you know,
I've
I've
always-
seen the first one, you know, and it was pretty cool. I mean, I was way younger when I saw
I
it.
do like
though.
cats.
I don't know, watching stuff as I get older and like looking at it, like the stuff I used to watch and shit, and it's different, you know, like
You like Puss
realizing
in
and
Boots
knowing
or
things.
the donkey more. I would rather watch a movie with just a donkey.
Well, bro, you just sparked an idea. Why don't they make a?
They
Wait,
should,
don't they
but
have?
it's
Yeah,
probably
they have
because
a donkey.
I think that they've made like cartoon episodes with like just the donkey in it, but I don't think he has a standalone movie. And it's reason they haven't done that is probably because Eddie Murphy doesn't want to, because he's the voice of the donkey. Yeah, this is very intriguing, honestly. But I had another thing that I had to do before we turned the cameras on, and I wanted to check this out because I just told it to do something, then I walked away for a second, and so
Some crazy shit.
I hopefully I asked it to make us a 20-question funny interview because I've always wanted to be interviewed,
Sounds
and we can interview each other. We could go like back and forth, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll start with you, Marquise.
Okay.
If you could only eat, now this is an AI generated interview. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? That's a pretty basic question. Come on now.
Basic.
But you give it a go.
It'd be some type of fruit.
Really?
Yeah.
Why
I
fruit?
could eat the shit out of fruit. I don't know.
That wouldn't get old to you? Just always
It's like
sweet?
candy to me. Oh yeah, I don't know.
What fruit? Because my favorite fruit's watermelon.
That's a hard one. Watermelon or like mango. Or bro, pineapple. I can't.
I actually like vegetables more than fruit.
What? Really?
Yeah. I used to not like either one of them because I used to be kind of a picky kid.
Yeah.
But now I like vegetables more because you can put it in more dishes. It's harder to mix a fruit into a food than it is for a vegetable.
Yeah.
I started with Chipotle corn. Chipotle corn is so fucking good.
Bro.
Season the shit out of it.
Corn, the salsa. When I make burritos and stuff, the corn salsa.
Their tortillas are slap too.
Oh yeah.
Like a Sheets burrito, it really shows you like differences in tortillas. Like a tortilla can really suck, but if you make a good tortilla, it changes the whole thing.
Yeah. Didn't they just get like a new meat or something?
Yeah, they have chicken al pastor, which is it's like a spicy chicken with like a hint of sweet pineapple, which I don't taste the pineapple at all in it, but I do like the chicken. It's pretty fucking
Like
good.
Condados, the pineapple salsa they have there is so
Never had that. I like the
so good.
I think it's called like I want to say Diablo
The Diablo
or something,
Yeah.
but that's a queso. But
The hot queso.
yeah, I think so. It's like kind of it's a little bit spicy, but something has to be super spicy for me to really consider it spicy because
Yeah, because you're a fucking
I'd
spice
put
fanatic.
hot sauce up my butt and stuff.
Yeah.
But so you would eat mangoes every day,
Probably
which is
pineapple.
insane to me. I would do. I mean, just to be quick, I would probably do pizza, because I would not mind eating pizza every day. Pizza or hamburgers.
Bro, it's so hard to choose. You know how much food there is out there.
Yeah, dude. That's why this question is basic, but it also kind of sucks because there's so many
If you
fucking
ate
options.
pizza every day, bro.
You can have so
Oh.
many different kinds of pizzas, though. Like the types of. I mean,
I guess.
make it realistic. We could allow ourselves to have different style of the food. Meaning you could have fucking grilled mangoes, you could have a mango smoothie, you could have mango
Fuck.
whatever. But if I get pizza, I could have a barbecue chicken pizza one night. The next night I could have a pepperoni. The next night I could have a dessert pizza. So pizza would not be a bad idea. Same with, or it would be like a pasta of some kind or a cheeseburger
yeah.
of some kind. But the next question, it's asking me, I guess. I guess we'll just both answer them. If you could be any fictional character for a day, who would you choose? Fictional character for a day, who would I choose? This is a loaded question because
I
pick a
got one.
superhero and get like a superpower and enjoy that superpower. I could pick somebody that has like a beautiful wife and I could enjoy that wife.
Goofy.
I could pick somebody that's super rich. Do you have an answer for this question?
Probably live the life of Peter.
Peter Parker?
Peter.
Because I was
Peter
thinking,
Griffin.
oh, really? You want to be a fat guy?
Bro, just the way that's something, bro. It'd be fun cartoon.
You want to have a talking baby that tries to kill your wife every other day? I mean, it's not bad, but you could just get fat in real life if you really wanted to.
Jeez, bro. I'm not worried about that.
But
I'm just talking about how the episodes are in the day of life and how they live.
that's true. He does do some fun stuff,
do
and
some
if you could live the way the cartoon goes, you could just really get into it, literally whatever you wanted to. I really wouldn't mind being Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, because dude, look at how fun it looks to swing through the city of New York. I love New York already.
What about
so
Superman?
Superman, it's like that would be fun too. It's like an easier answer, I guess. But I'm more of a fan of Spider-Man. He's got a cooler suit.
I
also
Iron
love
Man.
New York, so it's like a win-win. You get to swing through and climb on walls.
Yeah.
I mean, Superman just gets to fly. I mean, that's cool, but
Yeah.
I just something about it sounds like it would be more fun to be like swinging from webs, from building to building, exploring New York, doing whatever, climbing up walls, and then also the super fast reflexes.
Yeah.
I've always been like a Spider-Man nerd as a kid, so I probably have to go with that. But then it's also Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
What's the weirdest dream you've ever had? That's not a bad one.
Oh shit, you gotta really think about that one though.
We could edit around the actual thinking of it.
Yeah.
The weirdest dream. I've been having a lot of nightmares like recently, so I could go through those. I've noticed that most of my nightmares take place in this house, weirdly enough.
Oh, that's creepy.
Like the most recent dream I had was not last night, but the night before. I dreamed that this like older fat dude kidnapped me and had me drugged up in the basement. And
This basement?
yeah,
Oh,
here. And I remember the dream ending with me like trying to escape, and I could barely walk. And the older fat dude was watching me escape, and he was talking to somebody else that he had kidnapped me with, and they were watching me escape, and the other person was like, we should stop him. And he said something like, no, we'll just watch him. We'll just watch him try.
What the fuck?
Which was like even creepier because it's just you hear that and you're like, I'm not gonna succeed. Like that's how confident he is that I'm not gonna be able to get out. He says he's gonna watch me try to escape. And so that's what I did. And I remember like stumbling up the steps and then like barely getting out the front door, and he's like walking like Michael Myers pace.
Oh, it's creepy.
Just like following me. So that's a weird one.
Like try to get out, but you're not gonna make it.
Yeah, exactly. I had a dream. One of my most real dreams was also here. This was as a kid. I had a dream that this was like really young. So I was at the age where I was like scared to sleep alone.
Okay, yeah.
And so in this dream, I woke up in my brother's room, which used to be both of our rooms, I think. And nobody was there. Like Colin in real life was at my mom's house that night, and so it wasn't crazy that he wasn't in the room. But then I started to like walk around the house, and I look out the front window, and I don't see my dad's car. So I'm like, that's not good. I look in the basement. Nobody's there. I look upstairs and call for him. He's not there. So I'm alone in this house in the middle of the night. And as a kid, that's just already horrifying.
Yeah.
And then I remember looking down into the basement and seeing like, I think there was like a moving shadow,
Fuck.
but I might just be adding that part in.
Yeah.
But like, it was just super scary having it feel so real. Like to this day, I don't know if it was a dream or not 100%. And just being alone in the house at night, not knowing where anybody was. And so the dream ended with me going back into the bed I woke up in and like going under the covers and just forcing myself to fall asleep. And then I woke up. Now we're back in real life. I remember literally asking my dad, "Did you leave last night?" And he was like, "No."
Oh, bro, that's creepy.
I'm telling you, to this day, it felt like one of the most real dreams I've ever had.
I don't know. It's hard for me on the dream one. I mean, as a kid, like, I don't know, like falling down the stairs. I'd have dreams about that and shit like that. But I was real young. But nothing really stands out to me right now.
Because these days you don't really dream much at all, do you?
No, I honestly, I don't know, when I go to sleep, I'm very, very tired. So I'm out. Like, I mean, my most recent dream, it was weird. I got me a new gun. Yeah, we were talking about this because you had a crazy dream about it.
Oh, yeah, that night I had a dream that you got stabbed in front of me.
But my dream was like, I was like taking apart this gun and just like cherishing it and like looking at it like, dude, this is fucking sweet. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you told me it was like all customized and pimped out. Like you had a red dot sight on
it had
it
a
and
whole
everything.
bunch, like, a whole bunch of crazy shit.
Wasn't it like golden?
There was red. I remember it had like,
Okay.
it was like black and red, like with what writing or something like that.
I mean, that's almost a good dream, right? Because you're just like, you got a sick gun and you're just appreciating
It was
it.
like my most recent dream I remember. So.
And that night was weird because I remember what you're talking about now. I texted you because you were in my dream. Once again, it was at this house.
Fuck.
There were more. I gotta go to therapy or something to find out what the deal with that is. Because why are all my nightmares associated with this house?
Maybe because you lived here for so long, like
I'm here a lot, but that could be it. I don't know. Maybe it's because I know this house so
sleep
clearly.
at a different place or something. So.
Well, it's not like no. I don't mean like I have all my nightmares when I sleep here. I mean all my nightmares take place here.
Oh, really?
So the last nightmare I had,
Yeah,
I was
so-
sleeping at my house. My
Yeah.
dream was here.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So that's weird. But anyway, yeah, the dream I had with you in it, there was some get together or some party that we were having, and I say it like that because I don't remember seeing a lot of people or like remembering any clear parts about the crazy party or something. I just remember having the feeling of like, oh, there's a bunch of people in this house. And then like walking outside at nighttime, and on the street out front, you were standing there, and this like crazy like crackhead dude ran out of nowhere and just stabbed you. And I remember one of the shittiest parts about the dream was that I saw that and then just ran away. Which is not. I don't think that's what I would have done.
Fucking Jew ran away.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I would have done that in real life.
On my back.
In real life, I would have your back, and that's what was fucked up about the. Did you see that? You missed. There was a crazy car that just drove by. It was like a 2-seater. It looked like from a cartoon. It was like 3. Anyway, I walk out onto the street, and you got stabbed by this random guy, and then I ran away, and that's how the dream ended. Yeah. The other thing, it ended around that time, but I remember knowing that you were okay. Because I think you like came back to me and were like, it's all good. But then I texted you because I was like, that was a fucked up dream. And I also just fell back because I was like, that's not what I would do in real life. I would have your back. Like I would stop that from happening, or I would defend you. But that's what fucked me up so much about it, is that I just left. And so I texted you and I was like, damn, I had a bad dream. You were in it and I told you about it. And then you texted me about your dream.
Yeah.
And then we joked about the fact that if your dream combined with my dream, then you'd be all Gucci because you had your fucking Glocky that you could have shot the dude with that stabbed you.
Yeah, my Glocky that was in my dream.
Yeah, and so that's our little dream conversation. That wasn't a bad question, AI. So the next one, if you could have any superpower but it had to be completely useless, what would it be? That doesn't make any sense. I would just say what. Why would it say completely useless? I think that's like AI dumbness. But let's just keep it simple. Like, what if you could have any superpower? What would it be?
Bro, these are like the hard questions for me, bro. Like, growing up, these are like common questions people would always. I don't know. Like, if I had a superpower, I don't know. Like, fucking walk through walls or something. Like crazy shit.
I'm debating between like
Time travel. Is that a power?
like being able to read people's minds might be fun, but then that would fuck you up.
Yeah, I don't want to hear what people have to say.
It would be a lot of shit talking, but you'd probably get used to it and then understand like, okay, everybody has negative intrusive thoughts.
Well, you could do a lot, like if they're thinking that thought, then you know that's gonna happen. So you could do before they do or anything like that.
Yeah, with certain scenarios, but when it comes to like people thinking badly about you,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of scenarios where you shouldn't act on that thought because like in real life they probably wouldn't act on that.
Like you hear someone thinking bad about you or something, you feel it, and you're just like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, they'd be like, "What?
Fuck
What's
you."
going on?" They'd probably get so freaked out if you reacted to a thought that they had in their head. They'd be like, "Dude, what?" They'd probably put it together. I bet.
Nothing, bro. I'm just fuck you, bro.
Yeah, just you're an asshole. You really think that about me, and then you just walk away. It's like,
bro.
what? They'd be like, "Oh my god."
That would trip someone out.
I think that even no matter how impossible we all know that is to like read someone's mind, I think if you did that, somebody would convince themselves that that's what just happened.
Yeah.
Because the idea that the timing would be that good, you'd just be like, no, there's actually no way that anything else other than him reading my mind just happened. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you could, or like telling the future, you could get lottery numbers.
Oh yeah. Be rich.
That would also be scary though, because who knows, tomorrow we could get nuked, and I would prefer to not know that. Flying would be super fun. Probably flying or reading people's minds.
Flying would be fun because you just go anywhere and do whatever.
Even just the feeling of flying.
If you're having a bad day, bro, just go fly somewhere.
We could go to the beach right now.
Yeah.
But like, do you think that would ruin fast cars?
Well, would it be like a certain amount of people have it, or like everybody?
No, I mean like if you could fly super fast, would you still get a satisfaction driving fast? Yeah, maybe it's just because I love cars, but I'm less of a car person than you are. So
I don't know. It's like a different thing. Like
that's true. It's a different feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't get it has to be useless part. That's kind of
I don't
silly.
get that part either.
The fifth question: if you could switch lives with anyone for a day, who would it be and why?
This shit's getting crazy.
Don't feel the pressure because this is the glory of editing. You can actually just sit here and think.
Not even that.
To.
It's just like I'll feel this way one day, and probably the next day will be just something completely.
That's the other thing. Don't feel married to your answers because I think the people know we're on a podcast. Like we're gonna try and say something that we really mean, but you kind of have to be snappy with it. So give the best answer you can.
Dead or alive, or just alive?
Let's say anybody, dead or alive. I'm going to actually try and think about this.
Hugh Hefner.
It'd probably be a rap. Hugh Hefner? That's not... You're just trying to fuck the Playmates. Dude, I've heard some bad things about that. Not just Hugh Hefner, but like that house and like...
Oh, yeah?
He was kind of a creepo.
No,
but you could be him and just have him not be so creepy. I think I would pick a rapper.
Yeah.
I would probably...
Someone who has my dream or lifestyle, that I want or something.
Probably... I would either switch places with... Oh, dude. Okay, this is easy. What am I saying? Eminem?
Oh, yeah?
Or Mike Amiri. One of those two people.
Cool.
Because then Eminem, I could just make crazy ass songs because I'd have his skills, and then I'd also have his money, and I would just go fucking wild with it, have some crazy days. But I didn't. In an interview one time, he said he does not feel happiness, which is so like depressing.
That's depressing.
They asked him, he's like, they were pretty much literally like, do you get like happy, or like, are you ever like not sad? And he's like, no, just straight up, like straight face.
No,
he's like,
this
no.
is me.
Um,
Damn, bro, that's wild.
Yeah, but it would be crazy to have his skills, and then also if I was Mike Amiri, I could just start. I would have the means to make as much clothes as I want to, and I could make any of the clothes ideas that I have written down right now. I could just go make them. But right now we're waiting on Italy to hurry up. But so you'd be Hugh Hefner, and
I don't know. I'd
that's
be like
telling. No.
I don't know. It'd be cool to be like Joe Rogan.
Fucking Playgirls.
Or like
Joe Rogan would be bad, but you
Or-
have to talk so much.
or like Mac Miller would be cool because
Oh yeah,
or
maybe you could change history and not get laced. Have we talked about this on the show? Did you ever read the text messages between him and his drug dealer that night?
no. I don't,
It's weird
what do you mean weird?
because the text messages are out there, so you have access to a full conversation he was having privately.
Yeah.
And you see like what he was doing. Like he was in the studio, he was ordering prostitutes, he was trying to buy like a lot of drugs.
Oh shit.
Like he was I think he was buying like coke,
I didn't know all that.
Percocets, Molly. He was like buying a bunch of shit, and then you see he like bargains for the prices, and then his drug dealer tells him that he's out of a certain kind of drug. And they go back and forth like, oh, can you text this person to try and get it? And it was weird to see, but
That sounds weird. I mean, I think I heard about the prostituting thing, but I didn't know if that was like a real thing or not. Oh,
I think
sorry.
I don't.
Jobs.
I think he got a prostitute, but I think also it was a prostitute that was delivering him the drugs. Yeah, because he was getting a prostitute, but also the prostitute was the person that was going to come with the drugs because the drug dealer knew the prostitute. But there's also text messages out of the drug dealer texting his friend when he found out that Mac died.
Okay.
And he's like all depressed, and he's like, I'm about to leave and keep my head down for a while.
Damn.
Yeah, it's messed up, dude. R.I.P. Mac Miller, man.
Rest in peace. But so with this house, back to this house thing, Julian, you know your forbidden pod that you lost forever ago, right? Still haven't found that thing.
For a second, I thought you just found it. I was like, that was in the basement.
No, well, it just ate my pod.
Oh, you just lost the pod?
Yes.
You want to hit my jewel?
Yeah, can you lift up your feet real quick?
Yeah.
Edit this out.
No, yeah, but there was this one time what he's talking about. We were downstairs in the basement smoking cigarettes. And I was hitting my jewel, and I dropped my jewel, and it fell onto the ground. And when it fell onto the ground, the pod fell out. And when the pod fell out, it like slid. And you'd think like, oh, it just slid a little that way. I'll find it easily. Yeah. But the basement's a little bit messy, dusty, and all that stuff. Oh my gosh. It completely disappeared. I'm telling you, we looked for it for like an hour, and I couldn't find it. I still haven't found it. It's a full pod. And like, if I drop my jewel right here, there's only so many places that the pod could go. But somehow the thing just disappeared. And that's what you're going through right now.
Yeah, it's under there.
You can see it?
Yes.
Do you want to pause this and... Nicotine addiction, folks.
So, back to it again with the Scheuneman brand.
We're back. We peed. We got the pod. We did all these things. Little tidbit before we go back into the interview. First of all, having fun. Second of all, I'm thinking we should just incorporate the AI with the show. We'll upgrade the show we have this little AI gadget that we can use at any time that we want.
All right.
that'll be
Like
cool.
all the time from
Yeah,
now on.
might as well. I mean, if we don't have a guest on, we might as well just always have the third
Scapegoat.
person be the AI.
All right.
I mean, it's the future. We got to get used to it anyway.
All right.
So if we're bored, we'll just always bring that AI motherfucker in.
So speaking of the AI, can you do me a
I
favor?
had another thing, but what?
Oh no, my bad.
What, you want me to beat you off?
No, I mean while you're gonna be talking about your other thing, you should ask this thing to tell us a secret.
Okay.
All right.
I also want to hear a ghost story.
All right.
You could tell us a story. I was thinking maybe we could have it write like a 2-page script
Okay.
for like a movie with like a conversation between two characters, and we could act it out. You know what I mean?
I guess let's go.
We'll do the secret first. But this is a random thing I was thinking about today when I was getting up ready for the podcast. I saw what is possibly like one of the grossest things that I've seen in a minute. I DoorDash to get some extra money. I was DoorDashing the other day at Chick-Fila, and I was coming to pick this order up. I was waiting in the line. They were being very chaotic. They didn't really know what they were doing, it appeared. I was talking to this other DoorDasher. He had just moved to Columbus from LA. He had been there for like 8 days. I was giving him tips on like what the best place to go to is and blah, blah, blah. Asking him how much he makes versus how much we make. LA makes way more money DoorDashing, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, dude. And I didn't ask him this, but I'm hitting myself because I didn't. I bet he's delivered food to a celebrity's house or like given food to a celebrity's like assistant or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I've had DoorDash orders and the name was like a famous, like for example, I had someone order food and the name was Tony H. And I was like listening to Tony Hinchcliffe's podcast. And I was like, bro, what if this is Tony Hinchcliffe?
No.
Because he's from Ohio.
Oh shit.
But anyway, I'm at this Chick-fil-A. They have this drink for my order. And they're trying to put the cap on, but there's fizz on the drink.
Also, it over spilled or like
It was like
out?
flowing over, and they needed for the fizz to go down so they could put the cap on so it wouldn't spill over. Do you know what this lady did to get the fizz down?
Would she slurp it up?
She blew on it. She's like, that's somebody else's drink.
You're spitting when you blow.
Exactly. There's like vapors of your spit just going into their drink, and you're not even thinking about this
Yeah.
to get the fizz down. I was like, bro, that's wild.
Dump it a little bit.
Yeah. No. This girl's just blowing on it. I was like, that's insane.
Probably blows on your food so
Yeah.
it's hot.
This feels too hot. We don't want to get a lawsuit where they burn themselves. They lick it. They're just like, we got to get this bun a little wet. It feels dry.
Fuck. Speaking of things that happened today, I was driving, right? Just driving from my girlfriend's house and fucking.
Wait, you have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. What?
So I was going to this light, right? And
Went
you know
to
how
the
there's. No, I was stopped at the light. And.
Do you want to go to the light?
No, yeah, I want to go
If
to.
there's ever a situation where you walk away from the light or you go towards the light, you want to go to the light.
So I was going to this light, and it was a red light. So I came to a stop, and it was the type of lights that have 2 turning lanes, and then it was like 2 or 3 straight ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the turning lane turns green, and the people to the left of me, 3 people to the left of me, in the straight ahead lane, it was red still, just went. And the other
'Cause they
side
saw
was
the-
green arrow too.
So wait. I'm a little
3
confused.
people.
They saw the turn light go green.
Green and the
Straight was red.
red, stayed
Straight
red.
people just went anyway.
The people, 3 of them to the left of me.
So
just
they all
went, and
busted a red
there's
light.
3 lanes, so the people to the right of me and us, my lane just stayed, and the 3.
Jesus,
went
dude. I've done that before. I haven't fully
3
like.
people.
That's what makes it crazy because I've been like a little distracted maybe and saw the green light for a different lane and then started to go but then
Yeah.
stopped. But the fact that 3 people got tricked
One after
mentally by
another,
that-
they're just like, fuck it, they're doing it, I'm doing it.
Oh, it was like it wasn't all at once. It was
Oh.
like one person went, and then the next person was like, if they win, I'm gonna go.
Well, no.
Or was it like it turned and then 3 cars went at the same time?
Yeah, basically it
Okay.
turned and 3 cars just.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I've had moments where I thought it was a green light, but it was for a different lane,
Yeah.
and then I make it like halfway into the intersection. I'm like,
Fuck.
oh, let me just put it in reverse.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't want to get too distracted, but I heard that it's illegal to reverse in any way
Huh?
on a main road.
Yeah, I think.
But like if you're in a situation where you like pull past the line and you're
Oh yeah.
into the intersection, you have to reverse.
I mean, you don't have to, but yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's situations where it's smart to back up a little bit,
Yeah,
but I've
what if-
heard that it's like literally illegal to go in reverse.
What if your house is on a main road and back up into the driveway?
Dude, there's certain houses that are on roads that look like it looks impossible for them to get out every day.
Yeah.
Like where it's like either a big curvy driveway and they have to like turn out backwards, or if it's like a big incline and they have to like pull out onto a main road from their house, but they're going like downhill.
Yeah.
It just seems like it would be on like a busy road. Like that would be the worst
That'd
to
be
live in a
fucking
situation
horrible.
like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's do a few more of these questions, and then we'll move on to some more capabilities of this thing. Because I do enjoy getting interviewed, but we're going to, if we do this whole 20 question thing, it'll be the rest of the episode,
Yeah.
and we want to find out its secret. If you could switch lives, we did that.
Mm-hmm.
If you were stranded on a deserted island, deserted island,
Deserted.
and could only bring one item, what would it be? Got you already. Pocket pussy. No, I'm just kidding. What would it be?
Oh my gosh.
Well, you think about it. I've heard some crazy answers to this question because there's another interview show that like asks this question pretty regularly, and dude, people will be like, my PS4, and it's like I take this question more seriously, and what I mean by that is like, if you bring your PS4, the way I think of it is you can't also bring your TV, and also like,
Oh, see now, okay.
but I'm not saying like you could bring a gun and bullets. That's different. But when people bring, you can't be like, I'm gonna bring a PlayStation, because that means you're bringing a PlayStation. You're bringing controllers. You're getting a power source. You're getting a TV. That's too much to me.
Yeah.
But do you have any idea what you would bring on a deserted island? Let's assume food is handled.
Yeah, okay, food is handled. Bro, what? That took a whole turn because now I'm thinking like survival shit.
Yeah, maybe food's not handled. It's a weird
No.
question, because
I
like
think-
life's just gonna suck anyway.
You're dessert and you're just stranded.
I would probably bring my jewel.
I bring the PS Vita. No.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we could pass this question if you want to. 'Cause
Yeah, it's fine.
it's kind of lame. I'll read a few and we can pick. If you were a vegetable, which would you be and
A
why?
Brussels sprout.
A Brussels sprout. That's not bad.
There's not many
Celery.
people like me, so I can just.
Oh wow, that's sad. That's deep. You want to talk about that a little? I can ask AI to be your
That means
therapist.
I won't get eaten.
You want me to ask AI to be your therapist?
No, I just don't want to be eaten.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true. Some people just don't like vegetables altogether. But some people like getting eaten. If you could only watch one movie for the rest of your life, what would it be? What's your favorite dad joke? If you could time travel to any era in history, where and when would you go? Bro, honestly, fuck it. Everywhere in the past kind of sucks anyway, so let's just make it fun while it lasts. I'm going to the dinosaurs.
The dinosaurs? Okay.
I want to see those motherfuckers.
That would be cool, yeah. Dinosaurs, yeah.
Imagine living in a world with dinosaurs, dude.
Wow.
They were beastie. Things the size
How
of
scary
house.
that'd be.
Oh, it'd be terrifying. You'd probably die almost instantly. But it's like a pterodactyl would just swoop in and eat you like a fucking hawk eating a rabbit. But it would be cool to see. And you'd also learn a lot.
Yeah.
Or you could go to Jesus time.
Ride one to Narnia.
Chill with the great OG.
Yeah.
What about you? You've been playing Mafia a lot. Maybe you would go to the 50s.
Yeah, that'd be. I was thinking of that. That's crazy that you said that. But
I know you, motherfucker.
probably like I don't know, 50s Roman eras. I don't know.
The Roman era would be sick because then you could go to the Colosseum or whatever it's called, watch the people fight tiger. That's probably a better answer, honestly, because they used to get lit. They would have parties. They literally their entertainment was like watching people fight to the death, and they would have people fight tigers. They would have
Wild.
5 guys versus 5 guys, or they'd have 1 versus 1. It's like the UFC on steroids.
Literally.
Okay, let's do 2 more. Oh damn, this one says if you could be any cartoon character, who would you be and why? And you already kind of did that.
Yeah, I already did that one.
Damn, they got lazy towards the end. Listen to this. The 18th question is if you could be any cartoon character, who would you be? 19th question is if you could have any celebrity as your best friend, who would it be and why? The 20th question.
Seth Rogen.
Finally, if you could be a character from a TV show, movie, or book, who would it be? Like, dude, chill with the who would you be. But Seth Rogen, that's not bad. As a famous friend. Bro, and I'm not trying to be lazy, but I think the same answer as earlier. I would have Eminem or Mike Amiri. Mike Amiri is going to hook me up with connections, teach me things. Eminem, I'm a stan, bro. I love Eminem's music. I listened to him as a kid all the time. He seems like a chill dude. He's rich out the bazoinks. He would be a fun dude to chill with. Okay, one more, because I want to know. I want you to answer this. What's the weirdest talent you have? The weirdest talent.
I can suck my own dick.
Prove it. Prove it.
Oh, weirdest.
You know the people want to see. What is a weird talent?
I could make my fingers do this weird thing.
You can bend your finger? Oh, you're talking about just the tops?
Yeah.
Oh, I can do a weird thing with my finger too. I can pop my thumb out of socket.
I can also bend my finger like to the back of my hand.
I think I can do like the thumb. I can touch my wrist.
This other weird one too.
I can make people flinch. All right, so let's move on to a different piece of the AI. That interview got a little lazy towards the end. Even my interviews are better than that. I want to hear the secret. All right. Okay, we're going to ask, tell me
a dirty little secret.
Should I say dirty little secret? Or secret?
Secret.
Okay, tell me a secret. I feel like it's going to be like, no.
Can't. It's a secret.
As an AI language model, I do not have personal secrets or emotions. However, I can tell you a fun fact that not many people know. Did you know that the longest word in the English language is 189,819 letters long and takes over 3 hours to pronounce? It's the chemical name for the largest known protein, titin.
Bro, what? That's a good enough
3
secret
hours
for me.
To say, bro.
Say the longest word in the English language.
Yes.
See what happens. That's not. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
For 3 hours.
3 hours. 189,819 letters. Get the fuck out of here.
How do you pronounce that right and not fuck up mid-sentence?
Bro, imagine if you're in a
2 hours and a half in.
You're in a spelling bee and they're like, that's like the alphabet like 100 times. You know what I mean? Like, that's nuts.
You're like, bro, you already said that part.
What if there's a letter that's not in there? You know what I mean? Like, it's so many letters, but they still never use Z.
I don't. Or
say the longest word in the English language. Please say it.
I can't.
The longest word in the English language is 189,819 letters long and takes over 3 hours to pronounce. It's the chemical name for the largest known protein.
So say it.
You're cheating. Say it then.
Say it.
Whatever. See, that's why I don't believe it. Should I say...
Go on Google.
Should I say pronounce?
Yeah.
Pronounce
the chemical thing.
No, not pronouns. We don't want to get into that bag of weeds. Pronounce the longest word in the English language.
The chemical name for the longest word in the English language, titin, is pronounced titin. However, the full name of the protein is so long that it would take over 3 hours to
Okay,
pronounce
so
it in its
stop being
entirety.
lazy and do it. All right, whatever. So let's see what else we're gonna do with this. Oh, tell me a ghost story.
Yeah, tell me a ghost story.
Tell me a ghost story. It's loading.
Sure, here's a ghost story. There was an old abandoned mansion on the outskirts of town that was said to be haunted by the ghost of a woman who had died tragically in the house many years ago. The locals whispered of strange noises, flickering lights, and a sense of dread that hung heavy in the air. One dark and stormy night, a group of teenagers decided to explore the mansion and see if the rumors were true. They crept inside, flashlights in hand, and began to explore the dusty, cobwebbed rooms. As they made their way up to the second floor, they heard a faint whispering sound. They froze, listening intently, but couldn't quite make out what was being said. The whispering grew louder and more urgent, and suddenly a figure materialized before them. It was the ghost of a woman, dressed in a long white gown and with long black hair that cascaded down her back. She appeared to be weeping silently, and her eyes were filled with a deep sadness. The teenagers were terrified and tried to flee, but the ghost floated in front of them, blocking their path. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew through the room, and the ghost vanished into thin air. The teenagers raced out of the mansion, hearts pounding, and never returned. From that day forward, the old mansion was avoided by all who knew of the ghostly apparition that haunted its halls.
Dun
Okay.
dun
that
dun.
was a long one. So I got a little distracted because I don't know if you saw it, but I had Marquise put
I think
my
they
jewel
saw,
in my mouth.
bro. I think they saw.
But like, what was that about? It was a ghost of a woman dressed in a long white gown, long black hair. Teenagers were terrified, tried to flee. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, like popped
No, let
up
me
in front of
reread this
them.
part because I kind of missed it. They crept inside, flashlights in hand, and began to explore the dusty, cobwebbed rooms. It was funny when she goes, They crept inside and began to explore the dusty, and
The
then stopped.
dusty.
As they made their way up to the second floor, they heard a faint whispering sound. They froze, listening intently, but couldn't quite make out what was being said. The whispering grew louder and more urgent, and suddenly a figure materialized before them. It was the ghost of a woman, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and that sucked. So, great ghost story, bud. Clearly AI doesn't understand fear quite yet.
You seem upset about it, my guy.
I mean,
You need therapy. You need.
I thought it might be kind of scary. Or like at least say what the ghost said, like say some creepy shit.
I will haunt you.
What is the purpose of AI? Yeah. I heard it says some creepy shit when you or is AI going to take over civilization? I heard it says some really creepy shit when you ask it this. It tries to cover its tracks, low-key. I'm just going to say, is AI going to take over?
As an AI language model, I do not have the ability to predict the future, but the idea of AI taking over is a common theme in science fiction. While AI technology is advancing rapidly, it is still limited by the algorithms and data that it has been trained on. AI systems are designed to perform specific tasks and are not capable of independent thought or consciousness. So, rather than worrying about AI taking over, it is more important to focus on developing ethical and responsible AI practices to ensure that these systems are used for the greater good of society.
So pretty much what it's saying is don't fuck up when you make me, and
Yeah.
I won't have to take over. Because I've had this conversation with a couple of friends, and it's funny because if you were to make an AI to say like fix global warming, and you're not very specific about fixing global warming without harming humans, then obviously the first thing it would do to fix global warming is to out us.
Oh,
Because we are the issue.
oh fuck, bro! You just fucking.
Exactly. That's why this shit is so creepy. Because like,
Bro, fuck.
if you don't make sure that AI is going to look out for us to still be good and like for us to be all alive and healthy and well, then if you give it a task that we're clearly making harder or clearly causing the issue, then it's going to do, like, it's going to figure out how to get rid of us.
Yeah.
Because if you were like, oh, help the earth be more healthy. Oh, okay, well, humans are a parasite to earth, so let's get rid of them. So,
Damn.
yeah, it's creepy, and it's just so weird.
It's crazy you said
Now,
that.
this isn't just like already generated either. This is making it up like on the spot. And little break. I have a bit of an AI story. Similar to AI, there are deep fakes, which is I'm not sure the exact technology and how it works, but a deep fake is pretty much you can take a video of somebody and you could insert the face of a different person and have. So okay, for example, you get a video of Trump telling having a speech,
Okay.
but you want, instead of Trump in the video, you want it to be Hitler. So you'd get a deep fake to put Hitler's face over Trump's face, and then it looks like Hitler.
Bro.
So my story is, there's like, these are already out there.
Yeah.
Like, you can find them all the time. There's one of I have two Theo Von related ones. There's a video. You remember when we talked about the hatchet wielding hitchhiker on the show?
Yeah, yeah.
So that video of him being interviewed, like when he went viral, that video, somebody put Theo Von's face over the hitchhiker's face, and Theo Von saw it and thought it was funny because it was like, because it makes it look like Theo Von is saying it. Sometimes you can even put Theo Von's voice in over the audio.
Fuck, so you can
And
change
so-
the whole video.
Exactly. And then you can believe shit that's not real, and you can make fake shit up about other people. And so Theo Von sees this video, he reposts it, and then he gets a bunch of views, and like people, it goes kind of viral, and people think it's hilarious, and everybody loves it.
Yeah.
So it gets a lot of attention.
Uh-huh.
The hatchet wielding hitchhiker sees it from in jail, and then he and his crazy ass decided, oh, I'm going to sue Theo Von for taking my likeness and using it to profit off of me.
Oh,
But I'm in that video, so you're taking what I did and saying
someone
it's
else
yours.
created it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why his lawsuit is bullshit, and it wouldn't work. But he believed in it, and if you throw money at something like that for long enough, you can get stuff like that done. But he doesn't have the money to throw at it, so that lawsuit's never going to hold up. But yeah, he tried to sue Theo Von for taking his profits from something he did, and Theo Von was pretty much like, I didn't make that video, I just reposted it, and like it's not my problem, and I'm not taking anything from you.
Make it at all or anything.
But he was trying to sue him for $3 million,
Jeez.
which is crazy. And then the other thing is, this was crazy because I was with my friend the other day, and they saw this video of, once again, Theo Von's face was over a country singer's face. So it looks like these are getting better and better. So it really looked like Theo Von singing. And so my friend saw that and was like, I didn't know that Theo Von used to sing country music. And she was showing it to me. She was like, can you believe this? Like, they found an old video of Theo Von singing. And I looked at it, I was like, what? And like I looked at it for a second, I was like, for a split second, because she believed it and was so convinced. And
You were into
I was like, oh, that's crazy. I had no idea. But then I looked at it for literally like less than 5 seconds, and I was like, oh, it's a deep fake, right? And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, it's a deep fake. And she's like, what's a deep fake? And I was like, you don't know what it. I was so excited to tell her. I was like, dude, look up I looked it up and found the real video.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's not Theo Von. I just put his face over it to look like him.
That's wild.
And she was like, what?
Yeah.
She was convinced. And so there's people out there that just easily get convinced by this shit because it's getting good. And on top of that, they have this new thing where you can put anybody's voice to say anything.
You could do it with like calling people. They have like a different.
Exactly.
It changes your
dude.
voice and shit like that.
Recently, because this technology to you just need to literally get a clip of somebody talking for a few minutes. You could take this podcast and then you have our voice
Yeah.
to say whatever you want. So this technology allows people to get any celebrity's voice and have them say whatever they want, and it sounds like It's one of the most
legit.
convincing like AI technologies like this.
Legitness.
Yeah. So recently, there have been songs that are made with people using this to write like a
Oh,
rap song,
fuck.
and then they put Jay-Z's voice over it.
Oh fuck.
And dude, Jay-Z's main producer reposted one of these fake songs, and it sounds exactly like Jay-Z, and it's like it's almost a good song.
Damn.
It's so weird. I
Jay-Z's over here like, bro, that wasn't even me.
Yeah, and people are like, people can profit off of that too, because you could post it on your YouTube, and if it's a good song and it
They'll
gets enough
take it,
views, you could
yeah.
get money off of this fake AI song. I'm gonna try and find it because I think I saw it on Instagram and saved it. It's so wild, because it's like Jay-Z never did this,
Yeah.
but his voice
How
it
long has
sounds
been
so
since
legit.
Jay-Z's
Oh, man.
even done a song.
I know, dude. It's been I don't listen to Jay-Z that much. I mean, I like him, but it's been a minute. It feels like. This is not Jay-Z, so we'll have to like edit that so it's not like a bunch of like all of that audio
I
because
know,
I
I
don't know
know.
how. But yeah, keep some of it in because we can have like
No.
1 or 2 seconds. But it's so wild because it sounds like convincing, and you can do it with anybody's voice. They had this one example of it where they took a speech Leonardo DiCaprio said,
Yeah.
and then they just changed who was making the speech. So it starts with Leonardo DiCaprio, but then it moves to Kim Kardashian, and then it just sounds like Kim Kardashian is saying the speech, and then they move it to Trump, and then they move it to Mark Wahlberg, and then they move it to Eminem, and it all sounds legit, and it's just all AI shit, and it's
Crazy. Imagine seeing someone like making some video of shit you never said before, and you're like, "What the fuck? When did I do?"
That's the problem. Because think about it. You could make a video of somebody saying some racist
Yeah.
shit.
That you can fuck people's lives over with that shit.
Or on the other side of it, you could make money off of taking people's
Yeah,
likeness or their voice, and then you can get clout from using their shit.
Yeah.
It's wild. So let's go back to interviewing AI. 1 or 2 more things to end it out with. So what would you like to do with this AI before we head out? We could have it tell us a joke about a certain topic with a certain style. We could have it write a script. We could see if it can make a handshake.
Poem.
Oh, a poem. Okay.
Yeah,
So a
poem.
poem about what? Or do just a poem in general? We need to at least give it a person
Poem
that
about colors.
poem about colors. No, what do you want to do? A Trump style poem about colors?
Yeah.
All right. Write a Trump style poem about colors. I like that.
Sure, here's a Trump style poem about colors red, white, and blue. That's what we love, but there are other colors, folks. We can't forget light green, the color of money and prosperity, and yellow, the color of the sun that shines so bright. Orange, that's my favorite, and it's not hard to see why. It's the color of my hair, the color of my skin, and it's the color of the greatest country on earth, the United States, where we always win. Black and white, they're important too. They symbolize strength and purity. And brown, the color of the earth and the trees, reminds us of our connection to nature, you see. So let's celebrate all the colors of the rainbow and the diversity they represent, because together, we can make America great again, and that's what really counts, my friend.
Bro.
Oh my god.
They just
Dude, they roasted him but also made him look good. Oh my,
My
god,
God.
dude. I didn't know it's so good.
Yeah,
This AI
so
shit is
good.
nuts. It said orange. That's my favorite. Right off the bat, I'm like, oh, it's going in. It's not hard to see why. It's the color of my hair and the color of my skin. Holy shit. Imagine one of us having something that they just typically roast us for.
Yeah.
And then like AI knows so much. AI knows that we get made fun of that for like so much that it
Yeah.
literally puts it in an algorithm when you say make a certain like a Scheuneman style. Oh my god,
That
dude.
shit is-
That's so nuts. When it
Those-
started saying black and white, I was like, where's it going with this? I
Yeah.
was like, what is going to happen? That's crazy. I didn't know if it would be able to like really capture Trump's style in a poem.
Make America great again.
It dropped the "Make America Great Again." It started with red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
It's the green, the color of money.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
It's kind of roasting him. And that's the other thing. People hated on Trump so much that when AI goes to research about Trump, it just automatically goes in like a roasting way.
Bro.
That's so nuts.
That's crazy to think about.
Oh my
How
God.
many people have said things and like,
Yeah, because that's all you hear about him is
Yeah.
just shit talking.
Yeah.
Like obviously some people like him, but like the people who hate him are much more vocal, and he gets made fun of so often that like that's what AI thinks of him. This is not anybody's opinion. This is just what the AI took from the internet. Like I
Yeah.
hate to keep hammering the same nail, but
Yeah.
Jesus, that's insane.
Just roasted.
Oh, bro, a Biden style poem.
I'll do it.
Like it just starts stuttering or like not completing sentences. Oh my God, give me a Biden style poem about colors. Let's see the difference.
Sure, here's a Biden style poem about colors red, white, and blue. The colors of our flag so true they represent the values that we hold dear, but let's not forget about the other colors too, the ones that give our world such beauty and cheer. Green, the color of nature and hope, the earth's precious gift to us all. Yellow, the color of the sun that helps us cope and gives us the energy to stand tall. Blue, the color of the sky and the sea, the calmness and serenity we all seek. And purple, the color of royalty reminding us that we're all unique. Black and white, the colors of contrast reminding us of the balance we need. And brown, the color of the soil, at last the source of all that we plant and feed. So let us celebrate all the colors of the world and the diversity that makes us strong, for together we can build a brighter future and create a world where we all belong.
It's interesting because it kind of has the same rhythm.
Yeah, but it's different.
I'm sure if you told it like to do a certain kind of poem, like a
Yeah.
haiku or whatever, it would end up being different. Because we really did give it all the same information except for the person that it is.
It's just different like answers with it.
It's a little but it's funny because it like sounded like jokes when it came to Trump.
Yeah.
But with Biden, it was just kind of straightforward.
It was straight, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I half expected it to like say something that was just wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to be political or hate on Biden or anything, but like just the fact that people do talk about a lot about the fact that he like stutters a lot and
Yeah.
doesn't always make sense. Like when he talks about putting kids on his legs and his hair stand up. You've heard that, right?
No.
What?
No.
You haven't seen the video of him at the pool?
No.
Oh my God. Okay. So just to put a tie on this episode, we'll be back next week. We have plenty of other opportunities to talk. But this is perfect. I can't believe you don't know this. I'm gonna have to show this to you.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
so
gonna have to.
I'll explain it to you first.
Okay.
He's giving this speech at like I think he's like at a pool,
Okay.
but I think he's doing this speech for like a school or something, like an inner city school. And so there's like a bunch of like black teachers and kids all listening and watching this speech, right?
Okay.
And it's and he starts to talk, and it's like a classic Biden moment because he's like he'll start a sentence that starts to sound like he's making sense, but then he just trails off into making absolutely no sense. Like some of the main quotes from that speech was literally he's like, sometimes I'll sit in the pool and the kids they swim up to me and they rub up against my legs and my hairs stand up.
Oh my God.
And I know about roaches. I know about the rats. But like he makes no sense. Hold on. Well,
I'm confused.
I'm gonna pull it up. You should be confused because it sounds like I'm not making sense, but that's literally like what he said. He was like, the kids swim up to my legs when I'm sitting at the pool, and my hairs stand up. And then he just goes into this random thing about I know about the roaches. I'm about to pull it up. I don't
The
think we.
roaches. What the roaches do to him?
I don't know. What's he talking
And the
about
rats.
roaches for?
Why is he so upset about the roaches and rats?
I'm
Like,
about to pull it up. I don't think we can get
why did he
pulled.
just switch like that? He just.
Your mind's gonna be blown when you hear this speech. I'm about to pull it up.
I am so confused. I mean,
It was like the
nobody
start-
wants roaches and rats, but you just switch over and you're just like the roaches.
And to get hot, I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
It's crazy. Like what are you talking about?
That was
I don't know how the people listening while he spoke, like said that speech, weren't like, is he okay? Like he got a laugh when he talked about his hair standing up. I was like,
literally.
what are you talking about? There's no
He
context.
liked when the kids.
I love it when they jump on my lap.
That part got me a little weird, but like when he said that,
We
like pushing the hairs down on his legs and watching them float back up,
and then they stand back up. I get erect. I love being erect. The blood it rushes to a wound and makes a scab, like my penis when I'm erect. I know about the penis, the cockroaches, the bugs, the things, and this light. This light is bright.
squirrel.
Just like the future of our country. And I remember the past. The past was the color brown is this has been episode 57 of the Scheuneman Show. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you block out the roaches and you touch the kids and you stand on their lap
the rats.
and screw the rats. We'll be back next week with maybe more AI and probably a guest.
It was different.
We had a bit of a fun time on this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with ChatGPT. And ChatGPT, do you have anything that you'd like to promote before
Tell it to say bye.
before you head out? I'm going to ask it to do an outro for the podcast. Give me a funny outro for my podcast called The Scheuneman Show. Give me a funny outro for episode 57? 57. Give me a funny outro for episode 57 of my podcast called The Scheuneman Show.
Yes. Be ready.
Sure, here's a funny outro for episode 57 of The Scheuneman Show. And that's a wrap on another episode of The Scheuneman Show. Thanks for listening, folks. We hope you enjoyed today's show as much as we did. Remember, if you missed any part of today's episode, don't worry, you can always rewind and listen again. Unless, of course, you're listening to us live, in which case, sorry, you're out of luck. But fear not, dear listeners, for we'll be back next week with another episode full of laughter, insights, and probably some ridiculous tangents. So, until then, keep on keeping on, and don't forget to tell your friends about The Scheuneman Show, because who knows, maybe they'll like it or maybe they'll think we're a bunch of weirdos. Either way, we'll still love you. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
Ciao.
Ciao.